Darlene Weber, Managing Librarian at the Snohomish Library. I've taken a number of leadership classes, and most of them have been really directed towards public libraries or libraries in general. And I think we all get a lot of different leadership classes that are very sector specific, so leadership in finance or in government and such. And what Leadership Snohomish County did for me, it gave me the opportunity to meet people I would not have met in different sectors. Meeting people in government, in nonprofit, in business, it's a different type of leadership class. So that makes Leadership Snohomish County not only unique, but in my eyes, very, very special. I learned so much that here I've lived in Snohomish County for so many years, and it's just mind-blowing the things I learned about every single time I went to an education day. So invaluable. Just life-changing. One thing that Leadership Snohomish County has done for me is provided me a lot of opportunities for building my awareness about what the needs are. So, and honestly, it's hard to pick. I've been asked to be on a couple different boards, and I want to do it all now, so that's how much my awareness has increased.
I'm Jorge De la Torre, Athletic Director at Edmonds Community College. Became involved with Leadership Snohomish through Kathy Coffey, a former colleague who is now the director at Leadership Snohomish. Meeting so many people who are involved in the community, so many people who want to become involved in the community, different businesses, different organizations, like I said, political leaders, the mayor of we just have a lot of people are involved, and so it's been terrific to meet them. And so now when I go out, if we want to volunteer as an athletic department, or if somebody would maybe will know me now and they'll reach out to us for volunteer work, something I might be interested in, sitting on a board or being a participant of something. It's really a community that is diverse and is energetic, and I honestly wouldn't have seen that if I hadn't been part of Leadership Snohomish. At least for years, I wouldn't have been able to be involved in that. So that's been probably the neatest thing for me, is to see the diversity and the energy and the optimism of this community.
My name's Carrie Radcliffe. I'm the advertising sales manager at the Herald. This June will mark my 25th year with the Herald. Well, I believe that I'm creating lifelong relationships, particularly with my project teammates and with the class. I've been talking throughout the community because we're doing things for the project, and every time I bring it up, it's really well received. So even outside of that class of 30 people, there's relationships being formed that will last forever. And I'd feel comfortable with these relationships and in years to come too. I work pretty close with the community as part of my job anyway, and what this has offered is the opportunity to dig deeper into organizations in Snohomish County. After education days, I often thought, I really wish I would have done this many years ago and gotten involved a lot sooner, but now that I've had the opportunity, then I will definitely continue to be involved, and I've become more aware. And I think that opens up opportunities and possibilities for myself as well as the Herald. I'm born and raised in Snohomish County and worked here my adult life. So a lot of these organizations and stuff I was aware of, but not to the depth. And my perception changed on some of them. What I thought was the way an organization was run or what their mission was is different now that I've come through the class. And I think at the very beginning, when we had the retreat back in October and the exercises that we went through really set our team up well to what might come, what obstacles that we might run into. And so we were very conscious of that at the beginning, and I think it helped us work well together. We took a lot of that, what we learned too, in working with the executive director of ARC, and we've had a great relationship with them as well. And I think it's been because we've been cognizant the entire time of really what we're learning and putting it into practice. I recommend it to everybody that I come across. I knew that it was going to be a rewarding experience. I didn't realize how much and how many different levels and angles that it would be. I'm just very fortunate to have had the opportunity, and I hope that more people do, and especially more people that come from the Herald. I think it's a great program.
Well, I'm Mike McGinnis, and I'm the director of the Everett Boys and Girls Club. Some of the specific relationships I'd have to start with and say Kathy, the executive director. This being her first year as the full-time executive director, you wouldn't know that just because of her enthusiasm and how much of herself she puts into the program, into the students, into the education days, and so on. It's such an eye-opener to the possibilities and the diversity of leadership. And whether it's meeting with the president of the Everett School Board, or whether it's meeting with the executive director of the Economic Alliance of Snohomish County, whoever it might be, the diversity of their journey into leadership, it really exposes a lot of things in my own. And it leads me to be very encouraged about continuing the process of growth and development. It's given me a broader perspective on the impact the nonprofit sector has on the for-profit sector. You know, I think every month at every education day, there has been a nugget that has been mined through just the interaction with my classmates, through dialogue with presenters, the experience of being in the moment, whether it's, up on Whidbey Island talking about tourism and the impact of, developing that micro industry within a small community. All of those moments are really treasures, and they're things that I'll take with me and recall and apply as I continue to develop in my own role at the Boys and Girls Club. One of the things that I am really excited about is being able to be an evangelist for the organization. Whether my colleagues or the people that I encounter and run into, I'm now finding myself kind of vetting them, internally. Would you be a good candidate for this? I really realized that, this is the kind of environment where I can be teachable again. And so I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful now that I get a chance to pass that along.
My name is April Zapeda, and I work at the Everett Clinic. I'm the Director of Communication and Government Affairs. I didn't know it at the time, but the people that I would meet in leadership in Snohomish County would be people that I would encounter again and again for years to come, be it through work or the community or philanthropy, social occasions, even Facebook. So those relationships that are established early on are rooted in so much shared value that they continue on for a long, long time. So when I started leadership in Snohomish County, I came in as a communications manager. After leadership in Snohomish County, my job shifted into a directorship, and I do like to point out that leadership in Snohomish County had a lot to do with that because of the skills I learned there. And then eventually that job morphed into also including government relations. And because I had sat on the Education Day committee doing Government Day, there was a lot of relationships that I established there that continue years later today in the job I have now. When you meet people through leadership in Snohomish County, it's different than meeting people in another environment because you're meeting someone you already know is committed to and engaged in the community. So the relationship that starts there begins with this shared set of values. And what you end up learning from that is so much more not only about your community, but about the people who live in it and are trying to change it. So that's where the relationships begin, and those relationships is where the change begins. The community impact project that we did taught me so much about working in a team. And I think what I ended up taking away wasn't only about how to work in a team on this one project in leadership in Snohomish County. What I took away from that has helped me build relationships in my organization now. So you end up learning so much in the program about communication skills, teamwork styles, identifying your own strengths, seeing the gifts of others, that it absolutely transcends into building better relationships with the people that I work with every day. Before Leadership Snohomish County, I was trying to get my daughter into a basketball program that would ultimately feed into her high school, and I learned that in our area there wasn't that kind of feeder program for girls, just for boys. And I thought at the time, well, that's a shame, I hope that that gets started at some point. But after Leadership Snohomish County, when that program still wasn't in place, I said, well, it looks like I better start one, right? And so that program is now in its 5th year, and it's going strong. And little does Leadership Snohomish County know, but they were critical in making a girls' basketball program work and be in place.
So my name is Ted Wenta. I'm the Vice President of Operations for the YMCA of Snohomish County, and I graduated from the class of 1999. So I had the opportunity to participate in Leadership Snohomish County. I had moved into Snohomish County in 1995. And at that time, I really didn't feel like I knew the county. I was just beginning to learn the community of Everett, and Leadership Snohomish County provided the opportunity to be able to learn what was available, how all the different pieces connected in the county, which was really helpful for me. I had the good fortune of being in a project team, so I've participated as a class member. I've been on the education committee, I've been on the board, I've been a past board chair. And so I would say in all of those relationships, every one of them was special. Regardless of what my role has been, just the people that you get to engage with and intersect and learn from is huge. It makes a huge impact, and I think that has informed me both in my professional career as well as my community involvement. I think what leadership provides is the awareness, the equipping, and the mentoring to be a part of something bigger. Now, it's up to the individual student or candidate to take it from there. But I think what the program did is it revealed a variety of opportunities to me that, quite frankly, I don't know that I would have been interested in if I'd never participated in Leadership Snohomish County. Community building is messy work, and it can be really messy work. And you get a variety of people from a variety of walks of life, and you're trying to all get on the same page and build this cohesive team and move this idea or vision forward. And I thought I knew what that was like from a professional staff member with an agency, but I think leadership really revealed to me how inspiring and yet how messy that work can be. If you are looking for a great way to learn about your community, to want to get more involved, to want to get more plugged in, to make a difference, leadership will provide the opportunity and the awareness of what's out there. And I think what leadership does is it expands the tent for community conversations of ways for people to be involved. So it's a great program. I can't speak highly enough about it.